Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, the Solar Scribe. I did a video yesterday, which is my first one, and I'm doing another one today. The eclipse energy is very, very strong, and that's due to hit on the 10th, but it's already here. I've had 3 days of really not feeling well. I've got throat chakra, major throat chakra opening energy going on. So I'm okay to speak, but my throat is a little bit sore. Everybody will be feeling it in different ways. The usual kind of symptoms, and I don't want to put this on to anybody because everybody's different, are dizziness, nausea, throat problems, kind of flu-like symptoms. There's lots of different things going on there. But as I say, I don't want to affect anybody's timeline. So if you're not being affected by anything, then that's really good, because obviously, you know, you're not being affected by the energy. So today, again, I'm going to call in the Ascended Masters and find out who wants to speak today. We had Lady Venus, Lady Kuan Yin, and Horus yesterday, which is the cosmic gateway. So the energy was very, very strong and clearly, you know, giving us a heads up for the eclipse that's coming up. This is my guide at the minute, Kuthumi. He may bring a message through and he may not. It's up to him really, what he, you know, the energy of him. As I said yesterday, these Ascended Masters are not male or female. They don't really have names as such. It's just what human beings like to have something to hang on to. So if we've got a face and a name, it makes it a bit easier. This is the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light deck, which I use every day. I do channel without the cards, obviously, but it's nice to have a visual, I think, and really interesting. I was noticing this kind of ink thing going on with the cross yesterday, and I'm feeling Yeshua coming in very, very strongly on the planet. Being the Solar Scribe, I do have a tendency to write things down, because I get shown names and numbers as well, and then I will match them up to the messages that are coming through. So if I'm just looking for a pen and a piece of paper. If I do get anything coming through, I'll write it down and then I'll show it on camera. And obviously, anybody that wants to look at that, they can do. Let's just pull the cards and then let's see if anything comes through first of all. Okay, that came out really strongly. That's Isis, who is the Egyptian goddess. I've got, now he came through, I did a bit of a shuffle earlier. He fell out, as did Kalimar, which is facing fear. If she doesn't come out again, I'll speak about her and what she has to say. Lord Ganesh, infinite abundance. That's interesting. Okay, so we've got these three. I normally just pick 3 cards, and the bottom of the deck we've got the Miriam, which is Sacred Vision. Okay, I want to say something about that. Okay, so let's get started. So with I'm actually going to go to Cernunnos first. Now, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but this is a life force energy, very green, as you can see. and it's healing of the heart and the healing of Mother Earth at this time. Cernunnos wants to encourage people to go out into nature, connect more with Mother Earth. The energies are very, very strong, and even just I know most people don't want to hug a tree or, be seen to doing such things, but if you can get out into nature and sit with your back to a tree so that the energy of the tree will connect with you and it will infuse your chakras, I'm being told, because don't forget our chakras go right through our body. We tend to concentrate on the front of our chakras and forget about the spine and the back bit, but actually the back bit is really important at this time. So if you can sit against a tree, I know the weather isn't great in Britain at the minute, and lean against it, then the tree will work in unison with you to infuse your chakras with positive energy. So that's a really good one to do. It's easier in summer, but obviously you could do it. And anything to do with putting your bare feet on the grass, anything to do with planting, if you get your hands putting it into soil, planting. I know planting's a bit, I'm not a gardener, but spring's coming, and this energy is encouraging you to get your hands dirty, get your hands into the soil. The other thing this energy wants to say is perhaps if you've got some Himalayan sea salt, you could have a bath with salts. It's anything really that's going to connect you to the earth. Green, wearing the colour green, using emerald as a crystal. Any green coloured crystal would be really good to carry around with you. And believe it or not, this energy is it's a sexual energy as well. So it's about passion. It's about what is your passion. Now, for the last 3 days, I've been feeling, as I said, quite low in energy. So my passion has just been to just rest as much as I can and make sure that I'm looking after myself. The other thing he wants to say is drink plenty of water, plenty of filtered water. Obviously, if you can't get filtered, any water is better than none. But please make sure that you drink plenty, because when we go through these portal energies, they're very, very strong, and they have a physical effect on the body, or can do, and that can leave you dehydrated. And if you're dehydrated, you'll feel even more low in energy. You will feel foggy in the mind, not very much motivation to do very much. So keep hydrated is what he's saying. And okay, right, so these here, if you can look at these two, these are stag, these are antlers, aren't they? It's the stag energy. So I'm feeling that he's saying the masculine energy is around very strongly. And because the stags have these antlers, there could be a little bit heightened emotion with the men in your life. So they could be, feeling a little bit tense, stressed, anxious. This is a generalization, but men can channel that energy through, it comes out more in anger, because we've got this kind of orange energy, which is a sexual energy, but it can come out as anger as well. So the green will help very strongly to balance those heightened emotions out. I'm just seeing if he wants to say anything else. Oh yes, the eclipse, we've got this here. So that's a nod to the energy of the eclipse that's coming in as well. Okay, I think we're done with Cernunnos. He's hanging around, so he might want to come in and say something else as well. Okay, so the next one we've got, I'm going to put that there for a minute, is Isis. And if you've heard of Isis, she's an Egyptian goddess. Okay, right, this is what Isis wants to say. So basically Isis is saying we need to stay focused on the task at hand. A lot of people that will be watching this video will be starseeds and light workers, and there's nothing to say that anybody that's watching this is any better or any more special than anybody else. But the ones that are starseeds and light workers will be perhaps feeling especially touchy around this time. There can be a lot of feeling of, why am I still here? What am I doing? My mission hasn't turned up. I'm not creating. I don't feel comfortable in this energy. And that's what the 10th is. Not necessarily the 10th as in the physical date, but the energy of there's a lot of sediment being moved around, and energy wise people are feeling that. Again, we've got the Ankh with the all-seeing eye, and she's saying the Ankh is at the throat chakra, which I've really been struggling with these last 3 days. The throat chakra is lapis lazuli, which again is any blue crystals that you've got will really help to calm that energy down. Okay, right, so she's showing me the number 6. We've got 6 things here, and that is the number of creativity. So again, linking it to the throat chakra, she's saying, speak your truth, but be kind when you're doing it. Speak from the heart, speak from the green of the heart, which is what we got yesterday with Lady Kuan Yin and Lady Venus. They were saying, communicate, speak your truth, but be kind and speak it from the heart. And maybe take a second to not say something. If it's coming from the throat chakra and it's not balanced, it can come out as a little bit abrupt. And, not necessarily in the way that you would have intended it. The other thing she's saying is the eyes are very important at the minute. We got this message again yesterday from Kuthumi with the eyes, and from Lady Venus. If you go and watch my video yesterday, Isis is also saying there's something very important about the eyes that are giving keys and codes out at the minute. So she's saying there are a lot of penetrating gazes about, and I know I have one with being a starseed light worker. People tend to look away from me quite a bit when I'm looking at them, because the energy can be very penetrating. So if somebody's looking away from you, she's saying don't take it personally. It's just that they are assimilating keys and they can be assimilating keys and codes from your eyes, and it can be a little bit uncomfortable for them because they're not used to it. So yeah, she's saying watch out for that. Anything else? Okay, she's got wings. We've got the wings here. We've also got the wings here. So she's talking about spreading the wings. Be who you are. Say your truth and hold your light. And she's saying, even if you're not sure what you're doing something. And that's what we were saying yesterday about the tiny steps. One little act of kindness reverberates and encourages other people to do it. She's saying, you are the star leaders. You are the ones that stepped up and said, we're going to do this. So when you spread your wings and somebody can see that, obviously we're talking metaphorically here, they will perhaps step up and maybe do a little bit that, you know, they weren't going to do before. So it's really important to hold your light, stand your ground, which is the grounded. It's very important to ground at the minute. Hold the light of the sun, stand your ground, and open your wings up and say, you know, what it is you want to say. If anybody's seen the Ricky Gervais video about this, I think it was the Golden Globes, where he was having a bit of a go at the Hollywood elite. She's saying that that's what's happening now. People are starting to speak their truth and say what they feel in their heart. Now, I'm not saying Ricky Gervais was necessarily being the kindest with what he was saying, but he was compelled to say what he needed to say. And she's saying that almost nothing could have stopped him from saying what he wanted to say, which is to be commended in terms of, you know, saying what you need to. Okay, so we're thanking Isis. And then we've got Lord Ganesh. Okay, so Lord Ganesh is saying obstacles are being removed, which is the words that are under here. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. We are supporting each other, believe it or not. The matrix is collapsing. There are things happening all over the world. With the elephants, I'm being drawn to Australia, obviously. Interestingly, in his hand... Oh, he's saying something. Just hold on a sec. Okay. Interestingly, in his hands, he has a flower in one. And I'm not actually sure what that is. It might be sage or something in that one. Okay, so he's saying... Sage your rooms, sage yourselves, make sure that you are clearing your energy fields, make sure that anything that you're picking up, because like I said, the energies are high, anything that you're picking up, you're getting rid of. We've got the green again, which, oh, okay, so he's saying give from the heart. And again, that's what we were saying yesterday. He's saying give from the heart. If you give somebody something, which he's got here, so we've got this, he's got a very abundant full pot of what looks like a bit like cherries. If you're going to give somebody something, give it with no expectation of reciprocating. So it's nice to have that balance of give and take, but he's saying give it from the heart and give it because you're wanting to do that. And there's infinite abundance here, infinite abundance. So he's saying when you give, you receive. So he's giving with, it's mirror image this, but he's giving with the left and receiving with the right. So, and there is a saying, left to leave, right to receive. But we don't expect it. It just happens as a matter of course, because we are heart people as human beings. He's saying we're heart people. We just need to dig down and find that. And some people need to dig a little bit deeper than others, but that's fine. He's also showing me the pink, which is the divine feminine, which is Isis as well. She's a very strong divine feminine energy. We've got this one, which is divine, very strong masculine, considered to be masculine energy. Although Mother Earth is, you know, considered to be feminine. So he's basically showing me that these two are merging. These two are giving us the both of the masculine and the feminine, and working together. And when we work together, we get this infinite abundance that comes through. There's nothing that we can't achieve. There's nothing that we can't be. There's nothing that we can't have if we work together. And again, this Ankh is showing up with Kuthumi as well. So Kuthumi is going to come in for a sec. I'm going to move that one down. Okay. So as I say, Kuthumi is my main guide at the minute. My guides shift and change. I have 3 that I work with quite a bit, which is Yeshua, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. And they are there all of the time. But Kuthumi came in, he's been with me a while, but he came in strongly a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, we've been working together. Sorry, I'm trying to channel and speak at the same time. Okay, so Lord Kuthumi is drawing my attention to this. This is a number, well, obviously it's a symbol, but there's a 3 in there. And again, it's about the 3. The 1 and the 1 makes the 3. The masculine and the feminine create the abundance. 1 and 1 is 3. He's also saying at the bottom here, trust what you know. At this time, you need to be very, very discerning with your energy. You need to be very discerning about trusting what other people are saying, and that is in the media, that is in the government, that is anywhere where information is coming out, because we have a lot of misinformation out there, and this message was given yesterday. Trust this. Go within and trust. This is the throat chakra and the heart chakra, and also the solar plexus, which is the yellow energy. You will feel, he's saying, you will feel that energy in your solar plexus, so trust that. We have a snake here, which is the head and the tail. And if anybody's watched Amanda Ellis's last couple of videos, she talks about a snake which is leading from near to where she lives, the dock of Portsmouth, over to Australia. So there's the head and the tail of the snake. So Kuthumi's giving a nod to that. Amanda Ellis, you'll find her on YouTube. And also Magenta Pixie gave out a video yesterday, her latest one, which is also really, really interesting, about the energies and the transformation of the 10th of January 2020. So I wanted to give a shout out to her. Okay, I think Kuthumi's finished, and the bottom of the pack was the Miriam, which is Sacred Vision, which is again the 3. If you look, the 1, the 3. So in this reading, we're seeing very strongly that male and female need to work together. The males are very strong with their energy, as are the females, very strong divine energy. Oh yeah, I'll talk about. So they wanted to talk about the righteous rage, which, and it doesn't mean rage. If you look at Amanda Ellis's video, she's quite correct. It doesn't mean rage the way that we mean it. It means strong women who are bringing forward this divine feminine energy, and we can't get away from that. We are, as galactics, as we know, there's no male and female, there's no names, there's no this, there's no that. But when we're on the earth plane, we have to use the tools that we've got. And one of those is divine feminine, and one of those is divine masculine. So they're all, again, as they were yesterday, linked into this energy of we're strong, we can do this. Whatever we're feeling, we can do this. And with the double M here, magic manifesting, with standing very strongly with Isis or Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene as well. and that's the 3 again. So as you can see, when I work with the Ascended Masters, I'm given information all the time. It can be colours, it can be numbers, it can be words. I write them down, I change them around, and you know, kind of get the messages that way. Okay, so just before we sign off, I got a new pack of cards yesterday, which I absolutely love. And these are the Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards by Stuart Pearce. And they're beautiful. I work very, very strongly with Archangels as well. I have a lot of angelic energy as Ascended Master energy. So I'm going to pull a card for us today and see what angel comes through. Now, as I said, I only got these yesterday, so I've not used them virtually at all, apart from looking at them last night. So I have no clue which angel is going to come out, and I obviously don't have a clue what the message will be. But let's see what we get. Courage. Hanael is saying, sorry, it might be shining a bit on the thing, is saying very strongly that we need courage. We need courage to stand forward. We need courage to speak our truth. We need courage when we feel that gut energy to say something's not right. We need courage to stand up and say, or say to that person, I'm not feeling comfortable with this conversation, or I'm not comfortable with the energy that I'm receiving from you. Have that courage to say that. Speak up. Okay, Hanael, do you want to say anything else? Right, okay. So here we have the masculine and feminine energy. We've got these 2 circles here. And what is that creating? The alchemy of the 3. This is the light that shines through. This is what we're creating. And it's absolutely beautiful, the light that's shining through. And obviously, the light's coming through here, which is, I am feeling with these 2, there is a twin flame energy going on there. Now, there's a little story behind that, because I did not resonate with twin flame energy. I didn't really pay any attention to it, if I'm honest. And then a few weeks ago, I got some downloads coming in that were very strong, that were talking about twin flame, and that 2020 would be the twin flame unions for people on the timeline that are expecting that to come to fruition. So if you are a person who feels very strongly that your twin flame is going to be appearing, 2020 is going to be the year, because the 2 and the 2, when you put them back to back, they make a swan, and swans mate for life. A lot of star seeds and light workers are being shown the swans as an emblem of that. And just on the back of these, I just want to show you this, because Archangel Gabriel's with me. Obviously, he's the Solar Scribe guide for me, and that looks like my Solar Scribe photograph on YouTube. So he's saying sometimes when we get little nudges to buy cards, or you may be thinking to yourself, well, I don't really need any more cards, or why do I want those? I mean, I have a lot of packs of cards, but I followed my intuition, because I was drawn very strongly to buy these, and that is my that looks very similar to what my Solar Scribe symbol is from Archangel Michael. From Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Michael's one of my other guides, and obviously it's on there as well. So follow your intuition, Kuthumi is saying. Follow your gut instinct. Discernment is key. The key is the Ankh. The throat chakra. Speak your truth. Have the courage to speak your truth. Male and female, ascended, I don't know why I said ascended, I don't like that word, but they're telling me ascended energy is coming forward. And ground yourself. Make sure you're grounding. Okay, that's it for today. I do feel that these videos are going to be daily for the next few days, just because, like I said, the energy is really high. If you have any comments below, or you want to donate, I'm going to put a PayPal link just to keep the channel going. I hope this has been helpful to you. And also, if you have any questions around Blu-rays, starseeds, light workers, ascended masters, archangels, elementals, we've got all three energies today: angels, ascended masters, and elementals, and the animals as well, which is beautiful. But yeah, if you've got any questions, I'm really happy to answer in the comments below. Just pop them in there and I'll answer as best I can. Okay, so enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.